I better get this out as quickly as possible before my computer fries, since my computer is dying. Matrix 4 is a go. Finally, after all the years of waiting, Matrix 4 has finally been announced. Carrie-Anne Moss is set to return. Keanu Reeves obviously is going to return, apparently. Now, I don't know how they're going to pull this off. I don't know how they're going to pull this off based on how the last one ended. How could we do a prequel? I mean, are they going to resurrect Neo, and what is going to happen here? Like, are they going to resurrect these characters? I have no idea. Warner Brothers will once again team up with Village Roadshow for the project. They're so excited. Toby Emmerich, Lana is a true visionary. I believe that's the Wachowski sister? Because I know this is kind of controversial. I had no idea that the Wachowskis transitioned at some point into women. Or I had no idea. Or they had a surgery and they were always women. I actually don't really know about what their background is with that, so I'm not really going to mention that. But the fact of the matter is I was shocked to hear about it because I didn't even know about it. Nobody even talked. I feel like I never heard about it. Screenplay is going to be by Wachowski, Alexander Heeman, and David Mitchell. Matrix writer and director, The Wachowskis, was released in '99, blah, blah, blah. So the bottom line is I'm going to look into more about the Wachowskis and what happened there and what has changed in their life, because I had no idea about that situation until later on. But I am really excited, man. They made a hell of a movie. The first Matrix obviously just nailed it. And I really enjoyed the next two. I mean, they were different. They kind of overused CGI at a time when CGI was new, but it was cool to use it. And now when you go back and look at it, maybe it doesn't necessarily hold up as well, and it's a little bit bizarre. But they were revolutionary with what they did. They sort of took all the chances, and later on people would cherry pick from some of the chances they took and grab the things they liked about it or things that they could do with it or expand on one or two of the effects that the Wachowskis either came up with, created, or made popular. So, plus, I just love the stories, man. I don't care. I know that some people, make fun of the Matrix or whatever, but the first movie is solid as hell. You can never deny the first movie is a damn good movie. And what they did afterwards was more controversial, but I like the other movies too. I did enjoy them. I wish we had a more definitive ending. It was more of a ends in a stalemate, nobody's happy, everybody's happy sort of situation. So in the end, I do like the movies, all of them together. But I've always wanted them to get back to it because it's not over. Zion is still controlled. The human race is still in the Matrix, right? I mean, everything is still a mess. In many ways, everything is still a mess. We're still slaves. We're still zombies, whatever you want to call it, by the Matrix. And so what are they going to do here? I don't know. But I've been waiting for it, and I'm sure many of you guys have too. So I'm excited. There's so much stuff we could talk about. There's an expanded universe that I never got into because I just don't get into that stuff. I basically, if it's not a film, if it's not in a film, I don't care that much to read about other stories and things like that outside of it. I just really want to see how I enjoyed the content originally, which is in movie form. Maybe a TV series would have been a great idea, or a Netflix series. I feel like The Matrix would be a great story that you could tell on Netflix over like 3 to 7 seasons. And will they ever solve the problem, though? I mean, I guess one of the things is if they had solved the problem, if the movies had ended with everything is all right, we killed the machines and we're out of the Matrix and everything is good. Well, I mean, I suppose the only thing that leaves you with is prequels. Then you can go back all the hundreds of years before to tell the story of when it first happened, how the machines took over, and then you could sort of get into the initial Matrix and all the times that they, the one or the people that were freed failed and they didn't make it out and all that stuff. So I guess there is story to be told there, but I think one of the reasons why they didn't end with, wow, we win and the machines are dead, is because they probably thought about prequels, to be honest. Plus, the Wachowskis always seem to leave things pretty, like, open-ended or ambiguous or whatever. Like, they don't seem to like finalities or final stories or now everything is solved. They really like to leave things kind of like a very small little problem was solved maybe, and you found out a lot more information, and maybe you learned a lesson, but the problem isn't over yet, and you don't really even know maybe 100% what was solved. I don't know. It just seems to be with a lot of their movies that I noticed that. And I could be wrong. Let me know if I am. But I am excited for The Matrix. I'm really excited for this. And I got a lot of nostalgia about when the second and third movies came out, because I'll never forget those summers, man, going to the theater to see those movies, just like a lot of other movies. You know? It's a great time. I think it was 2004, 2003, 2004 maybe. Somebody would have to help me out with that, but I believe it was 2003 and 4. And it's been a while. And funny enough, I just popped in the first one the other day to watch it, and then I haven't watched the second and third one yet, but I want to watch them all together. And then this was just announced. So, and you know, Keanu Reeves really seems to be trying to give fans what they want too, and do things for the fans, and do things that are cool and that he likes. And he's just a super wicked cool dude. Who doesn't want to see him do this? I don't know. I'm down. I'm ready to go. I know a lot of us are sick of bringing back old things and things from the 90s and 80s, but this is something, you know, that is overdue to come back, to be honest. Like 04, you know, we're talking about, I mean, God, like, what is it, 15 years? It's been 15 years. I can't even believe that. Like, younger people think I'm an old idiot, but it's like, dude, anybody who's 30, wasn't it just 2004? Like, didn't we just fucking see the third Matrix? I feel like I saw the third Matrix not that long ago. I feel like it was maybe 10 years ago that I saw the third Matrix. But it's actually 15 years ago, right? That's crazy, if that's right. And I don't have my dates wrong. That's nuts. New Matrix coming. What do you guys think? Subscribe down below if you're new to the channel. We'll talk more about movie stuff, comedy, whatever you want, politics, craziness, and more podcasts here. Give us a sub down below so you get this entertainment on your YouTube feed all the time here on Corrupted Nation. I'm Joe Cronin. See you then. And what do you think? I want to read your comments. I really want to read comments on this one.